Hi, welcome to Unboxing Design Season 1 and Episode 4. Today we have a very talented Akif Habib with us from Atelier Habib. And Habib has got a project list ranging from Europe to Middle East to India. So with your offices in London, in Dubai, as well as in India, in Bombay.
Thanks, Manish. Thanks for having me here. And thanks to Ritika for inviting me on this great collab project.
So this particular project, can you give a little information about it? Which part of Dubai is it? Because I'm sure a lot of our viewers are also based out of Dubai and they would like to understand the location of this project, the client criteria, requirement and things like that.
Sure. So what we are going to see today is a project which is located on the Pearl Jumeirah, which is very close to the flag, if you know the flag in Dubai. And it's, of course, it's a beautiful new development. And yes, so this is a large family of HNIs who will be residing in this luxury villa that we're designing for them. Mm-hmm. So when you really look at it, it's quite opulent, it's luxurious. And of course, even by size, it's opulent. It's about 25,000 square feet. And it's got 7 bedrooms. We can call them all as 7 master bedrooms, all en suite. Everybody has a walk-in closet. The house has, as you know, locally in Dubai, we need the majlis area. The majlis areas are basically 2 formal rooms, but it's now not only to the Middle Eastern or local Arab clientele, but also our Indian clients who buy these large opulent homes request for the same kind of setting because, you know, they interact with the locals and they like to live in that way. So these are 2 formal areas. So your drawing room and your dinings are basically, you know, set in 2 sets. So you've got 2 sets of dining, 2 sets of the formal drawing room. Your powder rooms are 2, and so everything is into 2 for the guest areas there. But it's not only now to the locals. Anybody who buys a home, a large home in Dubai or in the Middle East, requests for this kind of, and that's what they want.
That's a nice thing. So I think it's a bifurcation of the lifestyle, the way they want to live, and I think the way you showcase it in terms of your projects. So every location, every of project, I'm sure with London and Dubai and in India, you have 3 different types of client requirement, and it has to flow with that. And understanding that is very critical as designers today.
Absolutely. But and also now because you know what we are finding now, Manish, of course, we are discussing this project which is already complete and which is just going to be they're going to come into stay, I think, in September. But what's happening now is that everybody, including Bombay or we have got quite a few projects in Jaipur or in Rajasthan. Everybody now wants that additional living space because, you know, kids have schools, they want to entertain at home. They don't know what the new world is going to look like in the future. So everybody wants to be safe, and I'm sure even you've got all these requirements of larger homes with, you know, a lot of excess space for games rooms or, media rooms, etc.
Understand. And about your second leg of the designing in terms of the upper floor, which I can see, again, it's having a good set of family lounge along with the attached bedrooms. So why is it that you are having a bifurcation on the upper floor as well? You know, you have 2 different lounge and 2 different set of rooms.
Correct. So if you see that when you go up, and then we've got 7 bedrooms on the top. We've got 2 pantries when you see that. We've got 2 sets of lounge, and we have 1 study room for all the children of the house. So that 1 lounge near the study and the pantry is basically when the kids are studying or when they've got tuition or teachers or friends coming up. That is to service them, while the other one is for the main residents of the house.
So, in terms of the styling of the living room, can you also explain a little bit, because I find it quite elegant in terms of the elements that you have created in the living room. So it looks more like a hotel suite, and probably even much bigger and better than the hotel suite.
Yeah. Yes. So then I didn't want to really get into that arabesque kind of design, or I didn't want to get into a very traditional, interior. So I've gone a bit opulent, and of course we've used the right kind of materials. There's a lot of space that we have there. I also wanted to give that a little bit of more modern feel to the whole project, rather than having a lot of wood carving or a lot of gold elements. Of course, it's very opulent. So you see the gold elements, you see the chandelier, which is nice. You see veneer, which has been used, marble, wall cladding that we do, and of course, and then the fabrics which we have used. So it's all rich, elegant, and nice interior. It's going to be timeless. I'm sure you can look at it. So the client is not really going to get tired of this maybe in the next 10 years till he gives me the next project. So but we haven't gone very traditional in doing arches, and we wanted to move away from the regular. And there's a lot of natural light. So if you see, all 7 bedrooms have large windows and a balcony. Of course, you don't use the sit out or the balcony in Dubai too much because of the weather. But if you see, everything is quite it's got this natural light coming in, and there's enough space for each one of the family to sit out, or to look outside the window whenever they want.
So now,
of course, we are looking out into the ocean there. So in Pearl Jumeirah, we are looking out onto the ocean as well. It's quite a nice location.
So now I have seen in your plan you have basically the ladies' majlis and the gents' majlis. So how have you bifurcated in terms of the design element there, or have you blended it all together?
No, so I have, of course, the design or the interiors have been designed to be in sync, but the whole house, right from the basement to the terrace, is the same look that you're looking at. So it's in sync. It means the basement is as opulent as the terrace is, or the majlis is. So that's how it is. So of course there are elements on color, on fabric that we have played with, and but otherwise it's all quite going in sync with the whole design. It flows very well.
Even the bathrooms that I'm seeing, it is also elegantly, it's blending perfectly with your exterior part of the rooms. So even the inlay work that you have created there, and the minutest detail, it's perfect.
That's what I think our clients come back to us for, is for the detail that we and the effort that we put into a project. Like sometimes I live in Bombay now a lot more than I used to be in Dubai or in London. But even if I need to be at a site, say once a week or once in 10 days, I make sure if my need, or if senior people from our organization are required, they will be flown in there. Of course, we have project management teams and designers in all our offices, in either in Dubai or London. But if we need to be there because the client wants to look at our face more than anything else.
I understand. That is always a crazy requirement. So apart from this, I think you have done a lot of detailed things in terms of your fabric selection to your wall paneling material. How did you manage to source and get everything sorted here?
So very, of course, I'm sure a lot of Indian designers and clients now know of Casa Mia, which is in Dubai and has one of the finest in ceramics and plumbing, and so the flooring or the wall paneling which they sell. And then we did the fabrics all from India. They're all from DC Tex, which is an Indian. And so that's how we managed it. We procured it locally from their Mumbai stores. But the detailing and all the craftsmanship, all the joinery work and the fit out was all done by a local Dubai agency. So the contracting part was completely there, and there are very, very fine contractors in Dubai who will give you, because eventually they give you what you want. You give them a shop drawing and they can produce exactly what you want, and within a given time frame, of course.
So, and what about the loose furniture? I mean, I'm sure even they look like customized designer pieces.
Yes, so the loose furniture, most of our selection was from Turi, which is one of one of the brands I'm quite fond of, and they are good friends of mine in Italy. They make very fine furniture, and they of course give you a bespoke solution for a project if need be.
Yeah.
So most of the selection was from there. But when you see the washroom, you see the ceramics and all, they're from Versace ceramics, from Versace Home.
Wow.
And so we tried to use them there. They've
Yeah.
turned out quite nice.
Yeah.
And the lighting, of course, is from an artist in blown glass in Murano, from Andrea Voltolina, from
Yeah.
Voltolina Lighting. So yeah, he's an artist who came, who understood what our requirements were, and then of course the right shade of the gold plating and the gilding that we wanted, and that was all done in their factories, and they came and even installed everything for us.
Wow. Wow. I'm sure this client would be enjoying the house the way you have designed it, and they'll be thrilled and probably wanting more such house from you.
Yeah. We've done one a couple of years ago for them, so this was a repeat client for us.
Wow. So that speaks about your designing ability.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm sure, I think most of our viewers have also enjoyed the walkthrough of your house. Thank you very much, Akif, for your lovely presentation and your ideas behind this amazing villa that you have created. And we wish you all the best.
Complete pleasure.
Yeah, and we wish you all the best for your further projects, and we would like to feature you more, and our viewers are more than happy to see all your creative ideas.
Thank you so much, Manish. Complete pleasure, and we see you soon. Take care.